I originally wasn't going to make one of these because I thought I might upset myself. But then I thought life is full of being upset. Life is full of ups and downs, and I could look back on something and be upset. I could also look back on it and be really glad that I did it, even though I was upset, because I'm gonna try and think of a reason why that would make sense. Anyway. Hello, 30-year-old Amber. I am 25-year-old Amber. Tomorrow I turn 26, but today I'm still 25. And I just thought, I've seen a few of these videos from content creators over the years, and people I look up to and admire, where they've written little diaries, and they, you know, 3 or 5 years time, they'll look back on it. Shout out to Dodie Clark, she's one of them. But there are also other content creators, which I'm not going to mention, just they may not want to be the, for their own sake, they may not want to. You are currently in Norway. You travelled here today, all by yourself, very brave of you. It's not the first time you've solo travelled, but it's the first time you've been to Norway. And you didn't need any help from anyone. So yeah, you're very proud of yourself for doing that. It is currently September 17th, 2025. And let's say 2025, it's been a year. It's definitely been a year, put it that way. You've had a lot of changes this year. You know, 2024 was difficult for you. There's no sugarcoating that. It was a tough year. I don't want to get upset already, gosh. But let's just say nothing could have prepared you for the changes that you've dealt with this year. And the way you were feeling at the end of 2024, let's just say you didn't want to be here. And if I could tell you then that you would still be here and you would be definitely not thriving, but surviving still, you'd be like, pfft. So I guess that's another reason I'm doing this, is I know I'm still going to be around in 2029 when I turn 30. I know I'm still going to be around then. I may not watch it till 2030 though, it depends how I feel. But at least I can look back and be like, wow, you had a lot to deal with then. You've probably dealt with a lot more since then, but you're still here. So yeah, there's that. You are currently wearing your very comfy CEO status trackies. Well, not trackies, they're like really comfy little, in America they'd be called sweatpants, we call them trackies over here. Yeah, because you know, you've been traveling all day and they are needed. Yeah, so you got to your accommodation about 2 hours ago and you're just chilling till then. Surprisingly, you can still, even at the ripe old age of 25, nearly 26, you can still power through on only drinks and very little food, but you will be eating soon because you need to. Right. 25-year-old you has gone through a lot of life changes. If we said from say 2019, 2020 to now, your life has changed in a way that you never foreseed happening, but also there have been things happening, let me word that, there have been positive and negative changes in your life, and you would never have seen a lot of them happening. I don't really want to talk too much because I don't want to get too upset. I probably am gonna get upset. You're very scared of time passing. You're more than you would have imagined. I think because you were always the older person in your year group, the older one of your friends, and even amongst friends who were a lot older than you, you're seen as an old soul. Come to learn in therapy, that means that you're very traumatized and you've had to grow up from a very young age, which is true. That you feel like you should have everything figured out by this age, and then when things happen that don't align with that and set you back, yeah, it's tough. Speaking to your therapist before you quit therapy a few months ago, amongst a few other things, as you know, well done you went cold turkey on about 5 different things and you're still clean of them, so well done. I'm not going to name them in this bit. I could name a few actually. You quit vaping, you quit nicotine completely, you came off your antidepressants in March, so now September, that's 6 months, no antidepressants. You came off birth control, you cut down on a lot of unhealthy food and drink. You'll still have a little treat now and then, but you're no longer using it as a crutch to get through the day, or focusing on other ways of coping. Learning in therapy as well that, you know, at one point in your life, up to about the age of 23 or 24, you know, you'd gone through a load of horrible stuff and you were on a positive path forward. You still had your bad days, you still had your down days, but everything seemed like it was going in the right direction for you. Everything was laid out. And then life happens, and all those plans you had, all those things that you hoped you'd be doing, that you thought you'd be achieving because that's how your life was going, they're not now, and they are still very much on hold, and you're getting upset because you're seeing people around you who were much further behind, quote unquote, in the society ladder of life. Now, not only getting to that point, but far surpassing you on all those things, achieving all these milestones that you wanted to achieve, and you're feeling very down about it, let's be honest. You're feeling like you're behind in life at 25 years old. You know, you're not taking into consideration that the world these days is not designed for single people, solo people, to really build that kind of foundation themselves. It's not, you know, realistically, unless you were born into money, or, you know, you could have worked really hard from a very young age. You could have had financial support from parents, family, friends, etc. You could have sadly gone through a loss which has left you with a load of inheritance. There are a few circumstances that could have led to it, but on the vast majority of things, unless you're born into money or you have a partner, a lot of things aren't achievable for single people, and that's at least not in the UK where you live. And it's really sad, and you're beating yourself up for not achieving these things or being on a different timeline to other people, and it's trying to get it into perspective more that you had to grow up really fast from a really young age. You didn't have the opportunities that everybody else did to just progress naturally. You had to go like that, and the problem is you go up like that and you hit all these, or you start to hit all these achievements, and then you're just like sailing along like that, all fine, and then something bad happens and you start going down again. But these people you've grown up with who haven't gone through the trauma that you have, haven't had these setbacks that you've had, haven't had to grow up as quick as you, you're seeing them smoothly going like that. Do you see? Like the plane you're on earlier, like that, you know. And it's not, it's trying to get it in your head. Yes, you still need to work harder. Yes, you can't just sit around and wait for things to happen, but you also need to be kind to yourself and admit that you are not in the position, you weren't able to achieve everything that they did because they were given time. They weren't tested the way that the universe has tested you. They weren't thrown all these someone very affectionately referred to you as a shit magnet, which I'm finding it harder to deny that every day with what's happened. But they didn't have all those negative things happen to them that you did, that did set them back. And you're feeling bad because you had everything lined up, seemingly, and things didn't work out in more ways than one. And you're feeling like you're starting off at the beginning again. I'm gonna get upset. A 20-year-old you had gone through loss. 25-year-old you has gone through even more loss. No doubt 30-year-old you will have gone through a lot of loss as well, and the cycle continues. This year especially, you've gone through a lot of heartbreak. You've gone through a lot of trust breaking down, betrayals, friendships breaking down, relationships breaking down, issues within the family, issues at work. You've had a lot test you this year, and you thought you were struggling last year. It just goes to show you can think you're at rock bottom and you're really nowhere near it. And to think the way that you felt at the end of last year especially, God, it was bad. It was really bad. But then I think now how we have gone through the past few things this year, and we're still here. We don't want to be most days, but we're still here, you know? And it's just, it really shows the power of the human spirit more than anything, that you can be crushed that badly by people that you love, people that you trust. And I suppose it's the mindset of, it's just another day. Trying to rework that in my brain. It's just another day. I'm not just meaning the Chapel Road song either. Just another day, as opposed to what I used to say to get me through, which is, you can always do it tomorrow, which sounds like procrastination. It's not. It's procrastinating on something that's not good, which I'm not gonna say well, I no, I don't think I should. I don't think I'll be allowed. The final act, should we say, when it comes to your life. You can always do it tomorrow. Find something else to do today. You know, it's the final act. You don't get to do it twice if you're successful, so it's okay to wait. Please just wait. That's really hard to do when you're in that mindset, but then it is that thing of, well, I can't do this again. If I mess it up, I'll be in a bad way, but if I don't mess it up, I'll be even worse off. And it's trying to get that mindset in place, like you're moving your legs around a lot. You have OCD, by the way. Surprise, surprise, also water is wet and the sky is blue. But yes, you have OCD. This is compulsive disorder. Let's just say learning that about yourself explains a lot. It doesn't excuse things, but it explains a lot of things. And I think you did need to learn it at the time you did. I don't think learning it any sooner would have helped, because I feel like before you would have used it as an excuse for things. Or the other thing is, you would have just said, no, it's not important, it doesn't matter, other people have it worse. You needed to learn it when you did, and now you still have your bad days with your mental health. Today is one of them. Newsflash, your birthday is never a good event for you. But on the whole, you're finding ways of coping. Your cats are amazing for your mental health because they give you something to focus on each day. Your job, you've cut down your hours. You still do a lot of hours being self-employed, but you've cut down your hours. You have more than one person helping you, as opposed to 0 people helping you. You enjoy your job, you've got a really good client base, you've got a good little car at the moment, you're still paying her off, but she's good. Yeah, let's focus on positive things, So what is positive for you at 25, nearly 26? Good car, yeah. Stable work base, you earn a good amount for that, you can keep yourself afloat. In March, you moved into your own little apartment, annex type thing, which you love. It's in a beautiful location, you know, not everything's included, but you've got your own parking space, you've got your courtyard, you've got your own front door. Yeah, it's lovely. The cats are with you. Yeah, and it's quiet and it's peaceful, which is really what you've needed this whole time. You're on your own, but you're okay. You took up bouldering. How could I not have mentioned that? Oh my god, you took up bouldering. After saying for years you never wanted to do anything like that. You just didn't understand the appeal. You went with one of your friends one day before your hospital appointment. He was there, like, not even showing off really, but he took you along just to, well, we don't need to get into the story, but, and you had so much fun, and then you went away for a week and you had fun. Yeah, you did traveling this year, amazing. You went away and you had a great time, and you came back and you're like, I want a hobby. I really want a hobby, and horse riding and looking after horses is expensive, and I don't really have a lot of friends in that circle anymore. So I'm gonna do rock climbing, bouldering, whatever you want to call it. It is indoors, but you're hoping to do outdoors eventually. And you absolutely love it, and you were doing so well at it for the level that you're at. If you think you've only been doing it officially 5 months, you're already at a V, if we're going to use that system, a V3, V4 level, which is amazing progress. So you're so proud of yourself for that. Your hands are not very happy. But between obsessively washing, OCD, obsessively washing, the job, being a carer, having sensitive skin, and climbing, they're never going to be good. So you're better off. So yeah, you've made some amazing friends this year. You've had to let go of a few people that weren't good for you, but by doing that, you've opened the door for other people to come in, and you've also put yourself first. By doing that, you're learning to not keep putting your hand on a hot stove. And that saying sounds very obvious. I'm gonna describe it as, you know something's gonna hurt you. You know that some people are gonna hurt you. Don't keep going near them, don't keep them around. Don't, yeah, it's very fitting, isn't it, CEO status, given that you are your own boss. It's learning to let go. And it doesn't mean they have to be a stranger, it doesn't mean you have to cut them completely out of your life, but not having them around in the same capacity that they were. It's hard, evidently, but it's prioritising yourself and saying, this isn't good for me, at least not in this capacity, so I'm just going to step away. I don't want to talk too much about the negatives of what's happened. You can probably guess there's been relationship breakdowns, there has been some very traumatic stuff happening, which we're definitely not going to address, at least not without a trigger warning. There's been death, bereavement, and loss, and it's been a struggle these past few years, and you are very scared about the future, in all honesty. Like, as I mentioned before, time passing, it's a scary concept, and it's terrifying to you at the age you are now, and especially because if we look around at social media, everything is all sunshine and roses. Everyone else looks like they're having the best time, and you're sat there like, can I get some of that? forgetting that there's people that look up to you, people that look at you and think, wow, I wish my life could be like hers. Now, the sensible thing you did is to come off most forms of social media. You were coming off Facebook anyway, so that happened. Instagram you finally deleted last year, or deactivated, whatever they call it. You have TikTok, but you don't have anyone you know on there. It's purely for cute animal videos. You have WhatsApp for work, because it seems to be the only platform these days people use to communicate on. Aside from Messenger, people don't text anymore. And Snapchat for your snap streaks with your best friend. You hardly ever look at people's stories anymore on Snapchat, because you don't know these people. This is the other thing. You can compare yourself to these people who you have no clue what their journey's about. You could see people getting married, having kids. You don't know that's gonna last, sadly. In this day and age, we can't predict anything, and with what's happened to you especially in the last 18 months, you know full well that things, as much as you might think they're forever, they don't last. And it's awful. It's so easy to look at other people and be jealous, not realising the journey they've also had to go through. So there's that. I have some questions for you now, 30-year-old me. Firstly, how are you? Are you okay physically? Is your Crohn's okay? Do you have any new physical diagnoses that I need to know about or be aware of? Not that you could tell me till then. Up here, are you okay? And it's okay if the answer is no. I don't think we're ever going to be 100% okay on that front, but I think we can always make improvements. How's your family? Tricky subject to talk about, but are they okay? How's your work? What are you doing? Are you still running your own business, or have you got something else now? What car do you drive? Have you still got little Sullivan outside? I say outside, she's over in the UK right now, but have you still got Sullivan? Or when you'd paid her off, did you get a new one? Or yeah, don't want to think about that too much. What phone do you have now? You have an iPhone 12 currently. As long as it's green, it's okay. I won't ask too much about relationships because it can be a sore point. But if you do have someone, are they treating you good? I hope they are. And I hope at your age, you would know what to look out for. And if they're not treating you right, it is okay to it's hard. I know it's really hard, but it is okay. How are your friends? Oh gosh, that's just occurred to me. Who do you know now that I don't know? And who can't you believe that I don't know? Because 5 years ago, your friendship group was completely different. I mean, you still have golden oldies, of course, but like the friends you have now, you couldn't have even imagined meeting 5 years ago. So what's it like for you now? Oh gosh, obviously throw in some names, please. I'm not gonna put any names in here. I am. My best friend Millie, of course. Leo and Lucy, my other best friends, they've got to be in here. But yeah, like, you know, the oldies, Danny and Brad, are they good? You still talk to them? Kaylee, is she good? Yeah. Bianca and Lily, are they okay? Good, yeah. I think I'm gonna leave it there, because if I start throwing too many names in and things do not go to plan, then we will be upset. But what I want you to do when you get to this part is I want you to just start spelling names, or just start listing names of people you know that are really important to you. Yeah. So we covered friends, family, job, relationships-ish, car. Where do you live? Did you buy somewhere finally? You were hoping to buy somewhere soon. You've had a few bumps in the road, let's just say. It's to be expected to be buying a house, but do you own property now? Or are you still renting? And it's also okay to still be renting, you know. Any new additions to the family? Any furry additions to the family? You know, just a few things that I'd like to know. I'd like to know now. But ultimately, as long as you know, as long as you keep going, and as long as you're happy in yourself, just know here you are enough. It can be hard, it can be really tough out there, seeing what is supposedly this dream come true for other people and you don't have that, but you are okay. And I also believe that certain doors will not open to you until you're the right person to walk through them. So it's all about self-improvement as well. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm waffling a bit. Sorry. Yes, I'm proud of us for this year, for getting through, and I hope you are as well. One final thing as well. I know for a fact you're going to be rinsing me for how I look in this video, but oh, another thing. Do you have any more tattoos? I'd love to. Currently your piercings look like this. You have a belly button, but we won't show that one because that can verge on a different territory. Yeah, do you have any more tattoos? Do you have any new piercings? Yeah, or any other endeavours that you've gone into? And what countries have you visited? I want to know that as well. But yeah, you are very loved. Even though it doesn't feel like it at times, you are very loved. And you will get there. And tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is a brighter day. Yes. I'll see you all later.